Hanging basket watering is why your baskets always fry when you go away for one weekend. You come home to dry straw where there was a tumble of flowers, and you swear off baskets for good. But hold on, there is a hanging basket that is almost impossible to kill. The secret is not watering more or clever gadgets. The secret is what you plant in it. I am Mickle, I drive buses in Belfast. You plant in it. First, let us be fair to you, because a hanging basket really is the single hardest place in the whole garden to keep watered. It is not you being useless, it is brutal physics, and it is stacked against you three ways. One, there is barely any soil in there. A basket holds only a small amount of compost, so it can only ever store a small amount of water, a tiny reservoir to draw from. Two, it is exposed on every side. Unlike a pot on the ground, a basket has air all around it, top, bottom, and all the way round the sides, so it loses water in every direction at once. And three, the worst one, it is up in the air, in the wind. We always blame the sun, but wind is the real thief. A breeze whips moisture away far faster than still heat ever does, and a basket dangling off a bracket sits right in the path of it. Put those three together, a thimble of soil, exposed all round, hung up in the wind, and on a hot breezy day a basket can dry from soaking to bone dry in a matter of hours. That is why they die on you over a weekend. So the honest truth is this: if you fill a basket with thirsty plants, you are signing up to water it once, maybe twice, every single day all summer. Miss one day and it is straw. Most of us cannot do that. So instead of fighting the physics, we are going to outsmart it by choosing a plant that does not care. So who is our unkillable hero, the humble geranium? Now, a quick word on the name, because gardeners and botanists argue about it. The bright, cheerful things we all put in baskets and call geraniums are really, properly, pelargoniums, cousins from South Africa. The true hardy geranium is a different, low-growing plant, but everyone calls the basket ones geraniums, so I will too, and you know exactly the plant I mean. Red, pink, and white flowers, rounded leaves, on every windowsill and pub front in the country all summer. Here is why this plant laughs at a basket. It comes from hot, dry parts of South Africa, so like our Mediterranean herbs, it is built for drought. But it goes one better. Look closely at the stems and leaves, and they are slightly thick, fleshy, a bit succulent. That plant is quietly storing its own water inside itself, carrying a packed lunch and a flask everywhere it goes. So when the basket dries out, and it will, the geranium just shrugs and lives off its own reserves until the next drink comes. There is a well-loved post on the UK Gardening Forum. A proud gardener whose whole container display sailed clean through a brutal heat wave, and the toughest, drought-proof plants are exactly what pull that off. A basket of geraniums is precisely that kind of survivor, and there is a bonus, because it is not pouring all its energy into soft, sappy growth. A slightly stressed geranium actually flowers its heart out, giving you more color, not less, for less work. It is the plant that forgives you and rewards you for leaving it alone. But here is the twist, and it is a lovely one, because it turns everything you fear about baskets on its head. Once you have planted geraniums, your danger is no longer that you water them too little, it is that you water them too much. Yes, even up there in that fast-drying basket, you can absolutely drown a geranium. A geranium is far more likely to be killed by kindness than by drought. Because it stores its own water, it genuinely does not want a daily soaking. Give it one and the compost stays permanently wet. The roots have no air, and they rot, exactly the same drowning we have seen all through this series. And the symptoms play the same cruel trick as ever. An overwatered geranium goes yellow and sad and limp. The worried gardener sees the droop, assumes it must be thirsty up there in the heat, and pours on even more water, finishing it off. So the rule for a geranium basket is beautifully relaxed. Wait until the top inch or two of compost feels dry to your finger, and only then give it a good drink. Poke a finger in, and if there is any damp at all, walk away and come back tomorrow. For once in your gardening life, you are allowed to be a little bit lazy, and the plant will thank you for it. Feel first, water second, and never on a fixed daily habit. Now for the signature idea of this episode, the one that stops you ever buying a doomed basket again. Basket plants, just like herbs, sit on a thirst ladder. From the tough survivors at one end to the desperate drinkers at the other, and the number one mistake is putting plants from opposite ends into the same basket. At the tough, drought-proof end, you have got the survivors, geraniums of course, and alongside them trailing verbena, gazania, bidens, and little succulents. All of these are happy to dry out between drinks. At the other end, the thirsty divas. Top of that list are fuchsias and busy lizzies, and just behind them the classic trailing petunias and lobelia. These are big, soft flowers that wilt the moment they go dry and demand water once or twice a day without fail. Now you can see the trap in those pretty mixed baskets at the garden center. They cheerfully plant a tough geranium right next to a thirsty petunia in one basket. Water it daily for the petunia and you rot the geranium. Water it sparingly for the geranium and the petunia collapses. It is the herb tribes all over again, a camel and a fish sharing one bucket, and one of them is always suffering. So group your basket plants by thirst, the same way you group your herbs. Tough with tough, thirsty with thirsty. So let us actually build the unkillable basket, the one you can leave for a weekend without a knot in your stomach. Start with the plants, because that is where the battle is won. Fill it only with plants from the tough end of the ladder, geraniums leading the way, one tribe, all survivors, no divas sneaking in. Next, go as big as you dare with the basket itself. A bigger basket holds more compost, and more compost means more stored water and a slower dry out, so a large basket is far more forgiving than a dinky one. It is the easiest win there is. Then 2 quiet helpers. Mix some water-retaining gel or a good dollop of extra compost into the mix so it holds on to moisture for longer, and lay a little mulch, even just gravel or bark, over the surface to slow evaporation from the top. Finally, think about where you hang it. We always reach for the sunniest, most exposed spot, but remember the wind is the real thief. A basket in a slightly sheltered corner, out of that drying wind, will need a fraction of the water of one swinging on an open, breezy wall. Tough plants, big basket, moisture held in, out of the wind. Every one of those 4 choices is made once at planting time and then quietly works for you all summer long, unlike daily watering, which you have to keep paying for every single day. Do the work once in May and you buy yourself a whole season of peace. Do that and you have built a basket that forgives a missed day or 3. Now, maybe you cannot resist the divas. You want the fat, trailing fuchsias and the petunias spilling over, and I understand, they are gorgeous. If that is you, then baskets are genuinely the best possible place for automatic watering because they are the thirstiest, quickest to die things you can grow. On my own tap, the thirsty baskets sit on their own zone of a Johgee 4-zone timer, getting a small drink every morning before my early shift, while the tough geranium baskets sit on a separate zone that barely runs at all. The hub is indoors and reaches the tap through the wall. But if you have taken today to heart and gone all geraniums, here is the honest bit. you may not need any of it. A finger in the compost twice a week and the odd drink is genuinely all an unkillable basket asks. That is rather the whole point of choosing the plant instead of the routine.